How's it going, everyone? Should be all set up to run. I've got the first few orders laid out. Um, Rip them and ship them, Dan. That's the plan. Feels like it's been a while since I last saw you guys. 4 hours about, a little less than 4 hours because I went into overtime. Nice to see you, Skya. Looks like the stream health is good. Looks like the sound is good. Appreciate you, Retro. Retro's got the link in the chat. I don't know if it came up as a link though. I was gonna pin that one. I don't know if it's because he said other words or what, but I'm gonna. Does mine not come as? Looks like mine doesn't come to as a link either. I might have some setting where they can't show up as a link. I don't know. How many playables we ripping tonight? I don't know. I'm interested to see if anyone's gonna wail out and go for the. I've got the goods behind me. I've got the collector's edition. I wasn't even aware this was a thing, but I guess let me show people in case they're interested. I believe it's silver foils that the top series 2 will have. I was gonna show it up to this camera, but I'll show it to the other camera. Collector's edition, it says right there, special collector's edition. This one doesn't have the stamp. So these ones I believe are silver foils, or I believe it's silver foils. Could be like rainbow foils or something, but if anyone knows tops, they probably know better than I do what exactly this is. I want to say it's silver foils, but yeah, it's basically just a different variant, 1 foil per pack. I've got the regular non-collector's edition for like 130 for 4, I think. And then I think 140 for 4. Like 35 a piece on the collector's edition. Oh, there we go. Maybe you have to do the whole thing. I guess you have to do the HTTPS. As a kid, ew tops. As an adult, ooh tops. Yeah, I mentioned it before. Oh, I gotta get rid of this Tiltify thing. I've mentioned it before, but yeah, that Tiltify campaign's over. But there wasn't such a negative connotation around tops. Maybe because I live in the woods, but tops were there. I remember tops being there and not really like. I don't think they were as desirable, but I mean, some people make it sound like you were shunned from the playground if you had any tops in your binder. Ours wasn't that drastic. Thank you, DB Royalty, for the purchase. For how expensive tops are, I've never really met someone who liked them. The Techno Hunters aren't bad though. The Techno, those variants are really cool. But yeah, they are pretty expensive. I do have to get back to you, DNA, on my bulk. I have not forgotten. I've just busy live streaming every day. Dan putting in that OT for sure. I'm putting in OT. Yeah, I moved a couple hours away for college, but I've lived within I'm like half an hour from where I grew up right now. So I've always lived. I always say the woods, but it's more like the farmland. 2 hours north of me is the Adirondacks. That is the woods. I'm in just a bunch of farmland in central New York. If anyone's driven through New York from like Buffalo to Albany, I'm in the middle where the throughway exits are like 30 miles apart, and there's like rest stops every 20 miles or so. It's there's not much going on. That's the way I like it though. Anyways, we got a nice 5-minute little intro thing to talk through chat, catch up, make sure everything was working. We've done all that. So let's get right to ripping. I did lay out the packs. I did not yet lay out like the order numbers and names. I'm just going to do, so everybody, some people prefer anonymity. So, I mean, if I know your YouTube live chat handle, I'll shout that out. But I'm just going to do order number. So this is order 1140P. I'm just going to do first initial. I've had some people request no government name. Some people request YouTube handle only. So just to be safe, in case I don't know it, So there's order 1140p will be our first one. I guess I should conserve paper and make these a lot smaller. And then after 1140p has, oh, I need to move my camera up a little bit. But yeah, 1140p has 4 lots of Crown Zenith booster packs. So 36 Crown Zenith booster packs. After that, I do see some more orders coming in. Appreciate you guys. We have 1141N. $1141N is 9 Celebrations booster packs. And then 1142 and 1143, I believe are the same person. Let me make sure it's the same address. Scarlet and Violet, and then Crown Zenith. So yeah, 1142 and 1143 I'm gonna combine. The SV and CZ. Nine Celebrations, we got 36 CZ. We got 2 more orders behind that. Let's see what those are. There are options if people want to go for the big packs. There are options to ship sealed or ship sealed or rip live. It's a little bit cheaper if you rip live just because the content. 1144 is 9 SV, and that is J. And then 1145 is L. And L ordered 9 Celebrations. So we're fully laid out now. Appreciate you guys. Love the prep work before the live for orders. Yeah, 4 of them came in, 2 were fresh. So when the orders come in fresh during the stream, I mean, there's no way around. No way around. You got to do the prep on stream. But I guess I could have prepped out the other 4. We're ready to rip though. 8 minutes in and we're ripping. That feels pretty good. It is, as always, it is hits only. So it's mostly hollows and up for most sets. Crown Zenith is a pretty juicy set. There's usually pretty good hit ratio. No Metazoo in this stream. I will in June. Paldea Evolved is gonna be a thing. But yeah, I will. Let me double check. Let me make sure. Do I have Crown Zenith set up so I give you the reverse hollows or not? I honestly don't even remember. Maybe Scarlet. Okay, so yeah, I am giving you the reverse hollows. Let me make sure I'm giving what I've told people I'll give you. I think the only one is for Scarlet and Violet. I have it set for full hollows only, just because there's so many reverse hollows in every pack. I had to tone down that to make the shipping not be. There we go. Oh, I thought it was someone. It was Rotom V-Star, not too crazy, but Luminion V. It's a beautiful card there. You love to see the double banger. I don't know what I was thinking that one was behind it, but for some reason it was looking like maybe I thought it was one of the golds, seeing all that yellow. No, BMC. If you order Topps or base set, if you order any of the more expensive stuff behind me, you get every card. I'll individually sleeve every card. That's if you order Topps Chrome, Topps Series 2, or yeah, base set unlimited. I'm not keeping everything there. There's a Latias and a Mewtwo, so you get the full hollow, and you'll get definitely all the Galarian Galleries. Scarlet and Violet is the only one where I'll keep the reverse hollows, just because there's so much stuff there. Zarude reverse hollow. Dan the Snail. Brandon, hey Dan, first time catching a live. Messaged you on IG the other day. Wanted to say what's up. How's it going? Nice to see you in here. Yeah, I definitely don't keep I don't keep any cards from the very expensive packs. It's less value, and honestly it's more just shipping. It's more shipping considerations with these cheap packs. Especially if international people order. I have had a few international people reach out. I don't think I've ever had someone buy. Uh, I do have it set up. I believe I checked and double checked. I should have it set up where if your order is sub 50, you will pay $10 shipping. Sorry, if it's sub 100, I believe you pay $10 shipping because that's what it cost me. I think I can ship anywhere domestic first class for $3 to $5 depending on where you are. International starts at like 14. So I'm charging you what it cost me extra. It's unfortunate. I wish I could ship for free everywhere, but it's free domestic over 50. Under 50, it's $5 shipping. I think that's pretty reasonable, pretty in line with what most people do. And then under 100, it's 10 international, and above 100, it's 5. So international, you'll always be paying something. Brandon says I'm signed in on the wrong account. I'm doxxed. I can delete your messages if you want, or you can remove them yourself if you want. But it's funny. I've seen people do that a bunch of times. Signed in on the personal account. I mean, you can just delete them. We can scrub them from the internet. I guess they'll be showing up in my live chat though. On screen. Order $680 heavy base set pack. Dan, sorry guys, shipping these 8 extra cards is going to break my margin. Yeah, I can swing the shipping. Especially because it's only one pack, one of those textured secret energies. It's only one pack for the vintage stuff. When you're ordering the modern, it's 9 packs. You start talking about, especially a 36 pack lock, you're talking about priority mail or something. I only said Brandon, I didn't say the whole thing. I think. Let me just make sure I can see all my screens I need to see. Coughing reverse. Brandon says it's all good. Let me see if I think I missed a couple comments there. Let me double check the chat and make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything. These streams are usually a little bit less attended than the others, so I should be able to keep up with the chat generally. Have you heard anything about eBay Live giving access to top-rated sellers, or was that just speculation? Because if that was the case, I might actually give it a shot. That was just speculation by me. I've not heard that whatsoever. Top-rated sellers, there are tons of them. I would be surprised if they ever fully just wide open for top-rated sellers. I was just speculating that would likely be a prerequisite in a chain of prerequisites. Like Nick is a top-rated seller. He's also been contacted separately. He's been added to the special list, and I would think at a minimum you would have to start there, and then there would be like additional further approval needed in excess of that. But that's just my guess. I don't really know. There's a Charizard V-Star. Nice reverse hollow energy. Love the one earbud Dan wears like a news anchor. No Metazoo tonight. Did Troll and Toad stop selling Metazoo? I remember you had some up there, I couldn't find any. Pretty much. I don't know if it's done completely. Like, I do have booster boxes there, but I think they got done with their Metazoo singles. I'm not positive, but there we go. Nice reverse hollow Bidoof. Shout out to Mr. Walrus in the chat. But yeah, Troll and Toad is going through some big changes in how they handle their inventory, and obviously stopping Evo, and even before Evo was terminated. I mean, it's still like active for the people who are there for the next little while. But they used to sell like empty tins. They used to sell a lot of things that were bulky and cheap. And they started weeding down like a year or year and a half ago. They started weeding down certain things, and then I believe they weeded down some certain TCGs and stuff too. There you go, friends and his Sui. But yeah, at this point, I don't know that they're entirely done with Metazoo, but I think that's one they're moving away from. Ray, buy a base pack. Let's go. Does that mean I have no next door neighbors? Just one. I have one on one side, and then the other side it's just mostly trees. Dan, what's your favorite Lunchables? Cracker Stackers. Cracker Stackers with the ham and I don't know if it's ham and cheddar or maybe just ham and American. I think it's the yellow American cheese. 90s country again, yeah. Would you recommend Pampers Swaddlers or Huggies diapers? I think we go with Parents' Choice. We tried them all, and there are some that are just really bad. Like it's not just we're going for the off-name brand to save money. I mean that might be partially it, but we've tried all different kinds of diapers, and I want to say that I think it's Parents' Choice are just the ones that hold the best in our experiences. But Dan, what did you do to Troll and Toad to get it canceled? I talked about it too much. I talked about if you spill the plays online, it ruins them. So I talked about Troll and Toad online, and then I closed it. So sorry, everyone. Got a nice alt art, Regigigas, and a Charizard double banger pack. The pizza ones are the worst. The pizza ones are. I haven't had a pizza one in like over a decade, probably 20 years. Last I tried though, probably 2 decades ago. The pizza ones are awful, I thought. So sad you a ham and crackers person. I'll have to give the pizza ones a try again. We do have Lunchables on occasion in our fridge because maybe that's part of the issue too. I've had the off-brand ones more recently than I've had the regular Lunchables because you get like a Crunch bar or you get something like that, like an actual candy bar, small, but like the fun size. That's not very fun. Cancel him. The off-brand pizza ones are terrible. I've had one of those more recently. I've not had a Lunchables pizza one in a long time though. I'll have to give it a try. Last I knew though, because it's cold pizza. I'm not a fan of cold pizza. Some people love cold pizza, but Troll and Toad got tired of Dan's MetaZoo bulk and decided to cancel the whole program. I mean, you're not far off. Aside from memeing on my MetaZoo bulk, they genuinely did get tired of like everyone's bulk. So many people, because they were charging too little. They were charging too little, and everyone sent tons of everything, and it just bogged down everything. I mean, it filled up their warehouse, it bogged down all their processes, and they had to devote a lot of manpower to it. Will Celtics come back to win the Eastern Conference Finals? I hope not. I used to be a Lakers fan. Because there we go. Glacian V Star Alt Art. I used to be a Lakers fan because I like Kobe a lot. And I never really liked Shaq though. I like Kobe. So when I was a Lakers fan, I mean, Boston's a pretty big rival to them. So I was rooting against them. And I don't like the Yankees. I'm a Mets fan. But there's a lot of New York teams that have rivalries with Boston teams, right? Like Rangers, Bruins, and then Jets, Patriots. Not a Boston team, but New England, so kind of a Boston team. But yeah, I just I'd rather see the Celtics lose. I actually bet money. I didn't bet a crazy amount of money. I think I put $10 on the Heat to win the series, to win like 50 when it started. There you go, another double banger pack. Crown Zenith is by far the most fun set I've opened since like Celebrations. I really like Celebrations, but you can go in pretty big dry streaks in Celebrations, but Crown Zenith, the hits just keep coming. I used to get jealous AF of the kids who brought Lunchables, pizza Lunchables to school. I'll need to give them a try again. I'm gonna add one to my next grocery list because I have heard a decent amount of people saying they like Mayonnaise Boy Daniel. I don't like mayonnaise. Let me I feel like I just missed some chat. Dan, is LeBron or MJ the GOAT since we're talking basketball? I don't like LeBron. I would say MJ for sure. But you were losing points with me tonight, but good thing you accumulated a lot this afternoon. Sorry to let you down, Cornhub. Cornhub. I remember when Lunchables were like $1, not blasphemous, $2 for a tiny portion. The pizza Lunchables were more a part of my childhood than Pokemon. If someone said you want a pizza Lunchable or a Charizard, I might have grabbed the pizza Lunchable. Oh, that's funny. What are your thoughts on Chef Boyardee? My friend in high school would eat it cold out of the can. That sounds disgusting. I'm not a huge fan, but There are some Chef Boyardee. I haven't had Chef Boyardee in a long time either, but probably a good thing. But I like the ravioli. The ravioli were fine. I could swear. I remember I had this conversation with people back in college. Conversation slash debate. Did Chef Boyardee ever make a single can that had half meat and half cheese raviolis? Or when I was younger, did I just mix a can of meat raviolis in a can of cheese raviolis? I could swear that at one point you could get both in one can, but maybe I was just always mixing two cans together. I don't know. But that was my favorite Chef Boyardee to eat and the favorite way to eat it. Cold pizza lovers are wrong. I will die on this hill. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Certain pizzas are better than other cold, but none of them. I can eat cold chicken wings all day long. Especially some of the sauces that like congeal up a little bit. The sauces that have butter in them, not ones that fully like harden, but if they congeal and thicken some, then you can really sop up the extra sauce on your wing. And sometimes cold chicken wings will beat a poorly reheated chicken wing any day of the week. What are our thoughts on Vienna sausages? I had a friend in college that ate them like all the time. They're edible. They're fine. I mean, I would put Vienna sausages with like Spam. I'm not a big fan of Spam, but I have eaten it. I do eat it on occasion. It's one of those foods that you just keep a can in the pantry because it lasts forever, just about. And it can't hurt to have a can of Spam laying around. And then 5 years after you buy it, when you see that it's about to expire, you just got to crack it open and you got to have some Spam and eggs. So that's usually what I do with a lot of those pantry type foods. I buy them because I like to have them. I never eat them until the month they're going to go bad. So then I finally eat them. So there's the first order. I appreciate you. 36 Crown Zenith. Decent stack of hits. Nothing crazy, but we had some full arts. We had a Charizard V-Star. We had a lot of Galarian Gallery. Quite a few double bangers. I think the Glaceon V-Star would take the cake. I'm assuming. I'm not too up to speed with the values of these. But beautiful set. Good way to start the stream, I think. No set end time. No set end time for this stream tonight. It's just going to go till it goes. We'll see if people are ordering. Well, let's hop right in the next one. We got N, number 1141 with 9 celebrations. Let's see if we can rip the Charizard. This is what we're chasing, but hopefully a perfect 10 or a black label. I will Hitmonchan punch someone who disagrees with Korean fried chicken wings. Those are very solid. The best chicken wings, I don't know about the best. Where I live, everything sauce is huge. Everything sauce, like a blue cheese based. They say everything. Some of them do mix a little bit of barbecue sauce in. Some of them mix honey mustard in, which I'm not a fan of. But it's mostly just, they call it everything, but it's more appropriately just hot sauce and blue cheese. Most of our everything wings around here are just hot sauce and blue cheese, maybe a little bit of garlic. I actually make my own everything sauce that is primarily just hot sauce, blue cheese, and garlic. Very, very good. Definitely my favorite sauce for wings. But a good garlic wing, a good hot wing, a good barbecue wing, a good Korean fried chicken wing. No issues with that. Hamburgers, I like cheeseburgers. There's pretty much always cheese on it, but I'll do the ones with onion rings on them. I'll do the one with a fried egg on them. I'll do the ones with anything on them, pretty much. I can eat any kind of a burger, but I can't eat just a plain cheeseburger too. Nice Pikachu full art there. I just gave away my code accidentally. Let's see if we can hit a Charizard, hopefully. We got a lot of good food chat in here going on tonight. Chef Boyardee is like 5 out of 10 warm. MJ, look at that era of basketball versus now. One thing that I'm not all about when people say that this team would have done that against this team and everyone's so soft these days, blah, blah, blah. The rules are called differently. Like the game changes based on how the rules are called and just as things evolve. The athleticism, the overall athleticism, like I think is higher overall than it was in the 90s. That said, I was like 8 in the 90s, 9 in the 90s when I was watching a little bit of basketball. But it's just a different game. I mean, 20, 30 years later, it's a different game. So it's hard to compare across the eras. But a lot of people have a lot of conversations about it. A lot of the hits are upside down in these packs. It's weird. Not all of them, but a lot of them. We got a slow start to this celebration. There's only 2 packs left to save us. Let's see if we can be saved. Come on, Charizard. Where are you? Oh, there's a double banger pack, but nothing too crazy. If the order's like, oh, I almost packed up with 1 pack left. I gotta scroll down my chat. Oh, there we go. Venusaur. We got a starter at least. We got 1 starter. Not the one. I mean, we'd rather have the turtle or the dragon, the lizard. But we got the frog. Okay, we're on Scarlet and Violet and Crown Zenith. Orders 1142 and 1143. I believe it was W. I forgot to write down the I believe it was W for this one. Yeah, W. First initial of the first name. What about potted meat? My dad would eat it with mayo. I don't like mayo. I don't even know what potted meat is. Oh, that looks like Spam. That looks like really similar. That looks like really similar to Spam, but different. I don't plan on going super late tonight. Either way, I have a lot of stuff I need to do before the long weekend. So if the orders keep rolling in, I mean, I'll go till we go. But also, I might end this one fairly early if the orders don't keep coming. No pressure. I'm not like pressuring anyone into buying. I'm cool with it being a short stream. But oh yeah, I gotta give you the reverse hollow too. But yeah, we're in the Crown Zenith here. Put your dukes up. I feel like you've probably answered this. I don't do pineapple on pizza. No. Hawaiian pizza is not like terrible. That I believe that's what it's called, right? Hawaiian pizza, pineapple and ham. It's not terrible, but it's like the worst kind of pizza possible. I mean, it makes pizza worse for sure. I love pineapple. Honestly, I love pineapple. I even like when we went in Orlando to that. It looks like we might have a double banger pack. Oh no, single pack. But when we went to that Brazilian steakhouse in Orlando, I love the grilled pineapple. I like. Some people don't like hot pineapple. Some people don't like hot fruit. It's not that for me. It's just that it doesn't go well with pizza. I love pineapple. It's probably my favorite fruit. It just I can eat it hot or cold, in smoothies, in whatever, but not on pizza. Korean soy garlic is the bomb. I have no idea how to say that one. Gochujang. What was your go-to lunch in high school? I just packed like a peanut butter jelly or a bologna sandwich quite a bit. The days that I wanted to order, I'd always get doubles. Like, our school pizza was fine. It wasn't anything crazy. But I would get double pizza. I would get double there we go, double banger pack. Duskull and Friends and Hisui. Italian Dunkers we had, it was called. Italian Dunkers was one that was pretty decent. Like kind of like garlic breadsticks, but they called them Italian Dunkers for whatever reason. And they gave you like marinara sauce. Macho nachos. Tacos were good. And then macho nachos. It was just tortilla chips with the same taco meat with nacho sauce. Nacho cheese sauce. So how they came up with macho nachos, I don't know if Italian Dunkers and macho nachos are like actually a thing, but that's what we call them. Ham and cheese on a bagel? What do they call that? Ham and cheese melts? I think they had a fancy name for that, but those were fine. Some days you could tell they cooked them too long or something was up and they weren't as good, but our lunch was decent overall. Let me continue on through the questions. I see we got some good ones. Predict the Jets record next season. I'm gonna say 10-7, barely squeak into the playoffs and don't do much in the playoffs. That's what I'm kind of feeling. I feel like their odds, what Vegas is giving them, and Vegas does not try to predict what's going to happen. Vegas just tries getting betting action equally across all the bets. They try to get people equally on either side. There we go, Radiant Charizard. So they're guaranteed to win, right? Like Vegas doesn't want to gamble. If they set the line improperly and they get lopsided bets, Vegas is now basically gambling. So I think Vegas is way overselling their odds. Like if I'm not betting on the Jets to win the Super Bowl because the odds just went nuts when they picked up Rodgers. But good defense, Rodgers. They got some new receivers coming in. I'm bullish, but they are still the Jets, and I just know like I'm not gonna put my hopes up too high and then get crushed. So I'm being realistic. I'm gonna go for 10-7. Ooh, there we go. That's not the big one, right? That's just the regular full art, but we got the full art Miriam on the first Scarlet and Violet pack. I will card saver these before I ship them. I actually do have card savers here handy. Let me card saver this one. I don't think it's a crazy amount of money or anything, but it is Miriam. So we'll put her right in a card saver. Smash a like. This is not a drill. Appreciate you, Retro. Jets 4-13. I watched a Nolan Ryan documentary the other night. He threw his last no-hitter at 44 years old. Out of all his stats and records, never won a Cy Young. Weird. It's one of those things like, I don't know who was winning the Cy Youngs when he was pitching, but it's one of those things like there are some very great people that were just like not the best one at their time, right? Like there were other people excelling at the same times they did, and you think back, you look back on certain people in their careers, and they could have double the championships had it not been for X player, X rival. I mean, if Brady wasn't around winning, what did he win? 6 or 7 Super Bowls? Who would have won them? Would Rodgers have already had 3? Would Rodgers have had 4 or something? Probably not, because I forget how many times he even made it. He was in the NFC, obviously. But I guess like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning would be somebody who was bumping up against Brady a lot more. Magnus Zone EX. Scarlet and Violet is the one where I'll keep the reverse hollows just because there's so many. I think I already mentioned it. 5 packs or I'm ending the stream. No, I'm not trying to be that guy. I'll let people know when I get to the last couple orders in case they want to buy, in case they want to keep it going, but no pressure whatsoever. If this ends up being an hour or less, I'm completely cool with that. I know Nostalgianomics is live with Radar tonight, and that's something I definitely want to watch. I have to pack and ship all these orders tonight. I have to pack and ship my eBay tonight because I'm going to the zoo tomorrow. So if this ends early and I just get to work for a few hours before bed, that's gonna be a good night too. So I'm cool with whatever ends up happening. If I stream for the next 3 hours, I'm cool with that too. I'll just be up really, really late. I don't think I even have enough packs to stream for that long. Have you installed a bidet in your toilet? It's a game changer, trust me. I've not. I've never used one. I used to go on Reddit a fair bit more, but that is one of those things that comes up on Reddit quite a bit. That people talk about that, and I understand like everything behind it, and it makes sense logically. I've not gone for it. I don't know that I ever will, but no, I understand the arguments behind it. Ayo. Grilled pineapple salad. We pulled this Miriam, and then we pulled the Altar Glaceon from Crown Zenith. Nothing crazy yet. Nothing crazy. Hopefully somebody comes in and buys some base set packs and pulls a Charizard or something. There we go. Double banger pack. I believe that's the Altar Iron Treads, isn't it? Probably not crazy value if I had to guess, but it's an Altar. Yeah, it's a 3-star rarity. But would you drink straight up pineapple juice? Yeah, I love pineapple. We get like the canned pineapple. We do get fresh pineapple. Well, I only had fresh pineapple for the first time fairly recently. Fresh pineapple, like that we bought like a whole pineapple. I've had fresh pineapple at restaurants, like the stuff we had in Orlando. That was fresh grilled. But I only had fresh pineapple at home for the first time like a couple months ago. I think the wife picked it up, and Notably better, but just more of a hassle. You got to cut it all up. We buy a lot of the canned pineapple. I know it's not as good, but it's still really good. We actually had smoothies tonight. We had smoothies tonight after dinner with canned pineapple and bananas and stuff. But right out of the can, what I was going through, the pineapple juice. I don't really buy pineapple juice, but in the can, we only get the pineapple and 100% fruit juice. I drink the juice out of the can when I'm done eating all the pineapple. Have I ripped any of the new prize packs? Are those oh, I've seen you doing those. I think I've seen you doing those. The kind of like the pop packs from years ago. I've not. I don't get any because I'm not a brick and mortar, and I've not bought any either. I'm not too interested in them. I'm not a big variant guy. Italian Dunker sounds like a bootleg Mario basketball game. Whoever gifted me a membership, I missed it. Poking fun, it was probably Amplitude. Amplitude dropped 50 earlier today. I'm gonna give you the Quaxley because Quaxley's definitely a hit. I've got enough for myself too. Ooh, there we go, King Gambit. I don't think I've pulled this one yet. I don't know if Ernesto's out there still. We got the nice King Gambit with the bishops, the bisharps, and the pawniards in front of them. Nice little chess reference. BMC Design Creations, keep up the great work. Catch 'em all collectibles. You're a boss. I like the popcorn. Oh yeah, we had popcorn chicken too. That was pretty decent. Appreciate you, BMC. The popcorn chicken at my school was pretty decent. Yeah, Packers couldn't get past the NFC Championship game as a Wisconsinite. I know the heartache. Yeah, I thought about that right after I said it. Ooh, here we go. What do we got? Ooh, double banger. Koraidon Gold with the Great Tusk EX. And it was a reverse hollow Wiglet too, so that's a pretty solid pack right there. Let's card saver up the gold for you. There we go. Step Brothers is a good movie. Dan eating canned fruit checks out. We have a nice big pantry, and I just love having... I'm not like a doomsday prepper, but I love having a lot of food stocked up. I have a chest freezer that's always full. I've always got a pantry that's full. It's just so... I hate wasting food. Like, I hate wasting food. We do fresh fruits, like, every week we get fresh fruits. The kids eat them like crazy. Raspberries and strawberries and blueberries, and I like pineapple a lot better than those. I guess we should start getting fresh pineapple more often. But I like pineapples, and I like there we go, RK9 EX with the little crystal hat thing. I like oranges a lot. I like mandarins too. Don't got time to cut a pineapple when you got Metazoo to rip. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got a, here we go. We got some comment from Peek That Chew that I got to get up on screen so I can contemplate it. Ken Golden, Collectibles Guru. I need to take a sip of Coke for this one. Ken Golden, Collectibles Guru, Old Skool Pokemon. Invest all your business capital into their business. Pass your business on to after you die. Copy all their business plays exactly. A sign each. Oof. Oh, man. I don't like that. I don't like any of that. I don't want to do any of those things for any of those people. Obviously, I love Nick out of all those, but I don't want to copy his business. I guess I could pass my stuff on to him after I die. Honestly, like, if and when I were to ever tragically go, there's a short list of people that my wife is supposed to call to help facilitate just turning cardboard into money. Nick would be on that list. So I guess I'll say pass my business on to Nick after I die, because he's got to help. He's got to facilitate the sale to turn it into useful money for my family. And then invest all my business capital. I mean, Ken Golden, the way he can chill, he just got a Netflix show made after him. Oh, but I copy all the business plays. Yeah, that's impossible. I mean, I guess I'm copying all of Collectible Guru plays, and I just hope I hope the next one hits. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I hope he's hitting something because apparently I'm copying his plays now. So there's Jay's. Thank you. Let me spread these out so I don't mix anything up. I feel like that was probably the worst way to answer that one, but that's the way I went with it. Now we have 9 celebrations. We have 9 celebrations for L, I believe that says. Let me put up the next order too, because I believe we only have 2 orders left as of right now. Again, no pressure. I'm cool with ending. It would it wouldn't even be an hour if we were to end right now. But let's see what the next order was. It's A, so it's 1146A, 9 S&V. Man, my handwriting is terrible. 1146A, 9 S&V, 9 CZ. I do adjust the pricing every morning. So as far as the pricing goes, I always look at TCG player. I multiply it by 9 packs, and then I round it down. I round it down a couple bucks. I'm keeping the bulk, so I always try to do like fair pricing. I don't have a big enough following. I mean, if the supply and demand evened out, where I could charge more, I probably would, to be fair. But at the end of it, that's a pretty OC. That's a pretty OC serving Pikachu. But yeah, at the end of the day, small channel. What have we got? 31 watching. 31 watching. I can't justify charging over TCG player rates when I'm keeping your bulk. There we go. Double banger. Team Magma's Groudon, Pikachu. We did have that one insane run of packs. We had that one insane run of packs where I pulled a Charizard, an Umbreon Gold Star. It was like hit after hit after hit. I believe the Gold Mew in like 5 consecutive packs. Other than that, though, I think that's the only Charizard we pulled. I think our Charizard luck overall has been really, really bad in these packs. There we go. Birthday Pikachu. Decent hit there. Not what we're hoping for, but still decent. Man has 4 mil in inventory and doesn't eat fresh fruit. Good night. I actually have this weird thing with fresh fruits and vegetables. It's really, really annoying. I cannot eat fresh vegetables or fresh fruit. My throat gets, like, I'm slightly allergic to something in the skin. Something goes on with that. Like if I eat an apple, we go apple picking every fall. And I can eat like one. I can eat like half an apple or 1 apple. But if I eat too much, my throat literally starts to close up some. Not like crazy. I think I could eat a bunch and it would never close fully. But it's not a comfortable feeling when your throat starts to swell up a little bit. It happens with like if I eat enough strawberries, if I eat enough any kind of fresh fruit or vegetable, most of them will do it. Green peppers, anything like that in like a salad. Most like stuff needs to be cooked. It needs to be cooked or like steamed in some way. It's an actual thing too. Like I'm not just there was a name to it. I forget what the name was, but it's an actual thing that kind of sucks. Is the big hit out of Topps 2 the first appearance Lugia? No, this is not Topps the Movie 2000. That's Topps the Movie 2000. These have the clear acetate Charizard, and they also have die cut cards. They have different die cut cards. There's a few different hits. If you pull up Top Series 2, it'll show on Bulbapedia. But definitely not the first appearance Lugia. None of the film frame cards. Those are all Topps Movie 2000. No hit there. Come on, last pack magic. Double banger, but no Charizard still. I feel like our Charizard luck has just been awful. I bought like 2,000 packs from this one guy, and legit packs. I mean, he broke down like pallets of the tins. I know because I have all the promos that came from him too. The Charizards must all be sitting at the bottom of the box though. So now we have 9 Scarlet and Violet and 9 Crown Zenith. I have all the packs nice and portioned out in this monster box over here. So 9 Scarlet and Violet, 9 Crown Zenith. Let me see if we've got anything else in. As of right now, this is our final order, so I'm gonna slow roll it. We'll see what ends up happening. Let me catch up with chat. Holy, looks like I'm behind on chat a little bit. I truly apologize for missing the live. I look forward to watching it tomorrow. I forgive you, Panga. No worries. I need to spend money. What are we buying? Everything's linked, pinned. Retro's comment. We rotate a melon, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, pineapple every week with strawberry or apples or bananas and such. Mango's the best fruit. Anyone else noticed how they re-released Dunkaroos, but they taste nothing like they did back in the 90s? I was never big on Dunkaroos. I might get canceled over that. I want to buy cards, but I leave for EU Monday. No worries. No worries. They changed the blue one in Scooby-Doo gummies. Whoever did that deserves jail time. My throat does the same thing. So I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one out here whose throat closes up and gets all tingly and itchy and stuff when they eat fresh veggies and fruits. It's humans in 1200. This potato will last me a year. Allergic to vegetables. How convenient. I'm not even making it up, and I don't think it was a thing when I was a kid. I just didn't eat any vegetables when I was a kid, but I can't say I love it, but like I really like asparagus done well. I like it if you like coat it in some seasonings, a little bit of butter or something, and then like a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Obviously, the less healthy you make it, the better it tastes. Like we a lot of times will do bacon wrapped asparagus, which it's better than just eating straight bacon, right? Like it's not amazing, but it is better than just eating straight bacon. So it's something. Broccoli's fine. Broccoli's decent. Mushrooms, onions, peppers. Those are my big 3 vegetables. Ideally piled over a big steak. So big steak with mushrooms, onions, and peppers. That's my ideal vegetable outlay. Dan in 2023. Fresh. Oh, okay. I didn't see the whole thing. Where'd the other part go? Oh yeah, humans in 1200. This potato will last me a year. Dan in 2023. Fresh veggies hurt my throat. Themed artichoke, forever underrated. I don't know that. What have I had artichoke in? I think my wife did a pasta before that had artichoke in it, and then obviously like spinach and artichoke dip. That's solid. But I don't know that do you just eat straight artichoke? I don't think I've ever had that. There's a Katie full art. That's got to be decent. I don't think that's the alt. That's just the full art, the regular one. Were you not slow rolling it already? Dan doesn't like vegetables. I'm allergic to vegetables. Oh man, there's the Miriam half art, regular art. Not at all rare or valuable. By done well, you mean blanched with butter / seasoning. Yeah, you got to do something with a lot of flavor that hides the vegetable. That's why bacon works so well. Just wrap bacon around any vegetable. When we had a garden at our last house, we haven't got a garden going yet with the kids, and we just haven't got it going at this house. I want to at some point, but we used to do like fresh squash and zucchini. Squash and zucchini, a little bit of salt, fried up in a pan, fine. But like veggie, I mean, compared to meats, compared to dairy, compared to every other food group, veggies are just by far the worst. Fruits are solid, but still, I mean, vegetables far at the bottom, then fruits above it, but a long ways above it, and then meats at the top. You got dairy, bread, meat, and cheese. Every good meal, not even every good meal, every meal has to have bread, meat, and cheese in it, or it's not a real meal. I mean, let's be serious. The others are just The others are just filler, I guess. Reverum. Let's get to our last Crown Zenith. Let's see if we've got anything else coming in. Oh, Mocha Boy says, dropped you a note via your website contact form for order. Let me double check that note. I don't know if they need to go separate or what. Dan, are you Amish? I don't think I'm Amish. Oh yeah, I got your note. I got your note, Mocha Boy. I can do that. I'll leave that open so I don't forget. Do you believe the introduction of social media brought a lot more hate into the world? I think one thing social media does is that, I mean, unfortunately, division sells and outrage gets clicks and all that. I think overall, the world we're living in today is a lot better than the world 50 years ago. Like very generally speaking, lower crime, more equality in a lot of things and all that. But a lot of the negatives just get blown out of proportion. It's kind of like planes, right? Every time a plane crashes, it's always a tragedy and it's always unfortunate. But like it's always worldwide news. You hear about every single one. A lot of people think planes are unsafe because you hear about plane crashes multiple times a year. But statistically speaking, every year they're getting safer and safer. They're happening less and less. But every time it happens, it's massive news. So it's not necessarily like, I don't think there's more hate in the world necessarily. It's just magnified and blown up more. It's kind of like you see it in our Pokemon space. You see it in our Pokemon space. Something negative happens. Here's a double banger pack. But something negative happens and it spreads like wildfire. Like negative news just spreads faster. Gossip and negative news and people fighting each other, division, all that stuff. It's just what takes center stage, unfortunately. But overall, I don't think there's more hate in the world. I could be wrong. I mean, I might just be naive or whatever. But that's my take on it. Oh man, I'm not Amish. I'm a melting pot though. I have a lot of different nationalities going on. I'm not like I'm a mutt. Like my dog. My dog is a hound mix, but she has like 8 different breeds going on. Nothing too like high of a majority. I think that's mostly how I am. I see some other order came in. Somebody's keeping it alive. Got a nice textured lightning energy. My estimated taxes are 666. This is dangerous. Going to make the hot sauce this year again. Oh, hot peppers growing in my garden. Going to make the hot sauce this year again. Homemade just hits different. Appreciate you, Evolved. Yeah, I'll do that, Mocha Boy. Every meal has to have meat, cheese, and bread. Dan equals bourgeoisie. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Evolved, if you want me to hold it, I can do that. Let me know when to ship it, but I can hold it if you want. I don't generally do that, but I definitely can. We need Dan plus consignments. Are you talking about like grading hits from this? I do consignments. I've not yet tied it in with these, but who knows? There we go. Double banger. Riolu. I actually just finally broke down and I ordered a bunch of Riolu singles and Lucario singles for my son. Because I'm probably not going to be opening many more packs until the next set. But I ordered a couple copies of that for my son and my daughter's binders. That's my son's favorite. Ooh, here we go. Got a Diancie and a Leon. One more pack for 1146. See what we got in the last pack? Nothing. Let's see what our next order is. We did have something else come in. We got Jay. Oh yeah, you're in New York. So Jay is the one who has to pay sales tax. I do have to collect sales tax in New York. Apologies for that, but it's required. 1147 J has, oh wow, 3 lots of Scarlet and Violet. 3 times 9 Scarlet and Violet. So 27 Scarlet and Violet. Good luck, John. J. One lot. 2 lots. I've got the ETB dividers here to portion out the packs. So 3 lots. We got 27 packs to keep the stream going. Yeah, just let me know, Evolved, let me know when that date would be, and I can write it on these. You might have already said it, but I respectfully disagree. A lot more crime, a lot more keyboard warriors being mean because they are hidden. There's definitely a lot of people who utilize the anonymity of there's a lot of people who utilize the anonymity of the internet to be mean and to just spread hate. But I think one thing that a lot of people don't get away with anymore, which is great, there's a camera everywhere. So a lot of things that would have happened in the past and gone unpunished, now they're canceled. They're captured by body cameras or by doorbell cameras or things like that. Just security footage everywhere, which overall is a great thing, right? Like it's good that there's not like none of it's gonna go away entirely, but it's good. There's overall, I would say there's probably less corruption. There's probably less bad things going on in a lot of places and a lot of things just because of the fact that people know they're being watched, they're being monitored more closely. I don't want to get too deep into these conversations if we end up going towards anything political slanted or anything, but yeah. Yeah, eat meat. They've already ate the veggies, so you don't have to. I feel like that would be an excellent ad. I always say veggies are the food of my food. I mean, I eat food is meat, cheese, and bread. Veggies are the food that my food eats. I mean, cows eat grass, things like that. I want to eat the cow, not the grass. They eat the grass, I eat the cow. It all works. I in fact did not teach Michael Jackson how to moonwalk. Do you have an ETA of the 5% consignments? Probably it will be a monthly send-off thing. The first month will probably be the first deadline of note will be July 1st. It's not 100% planned. It's not 100% set in stone, but I think what I'm going to do to round out the year, at least at a minimum, 2023, if you have your items to me, 250 plus, for 5% consignment, buy it now via the eBay vault. You have to have them to me by the 1st of the month, and I will get them shipped out by like the first end of the first week, end of the second week in that given month. So if you get it to me by July 1st, I'm not going to do June because it's too soon. But if you get it to me by July 1st, it will be listed sometime in July. Time frames are not like super expedited. It is what it is. It's kind of like a beta thing. I mentioned earlier in my chat too, or in my live, listing visibility is a bit lower. It's finicky. Rusty's talked about it, but the international visibility is just not optimal. There's bugs to work out. So, but yeah, the first deadline of note will be July 1st, and I will talk about it a lot in June. I will do a formal video. I will do a short. I'll do an Instagram post. I'll do stories. I might even advertise it a little bit. I'm toying with the idea of like actually paying for some advertising a little bit. YouTube, Instagram, different places. But I really want to get some good graphics, some good visuals made up. I don't want to just like put it together myself in Canva. I'm probably going to pay someone to actually put together some good graphics once I get the full calendar kind of slated. Once I get all the details hammered out, I will get some graphics made up, and then I'll start pushing it. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it'll be I think a lot of people will like it. I know you do Dan plus consignment, live rip and ship the PSA plus buy now consignment. If someone pulls like a Charizard from base set and they want to do that, I am more prone to with that. I really don't want to do it with an ultra modern card that might like 8 and be worth $20. That would just be below my threshold, my required threshold for buy it now consignments. It would just not be great overall. A lot of these I mean, obviously, I guess if you got the right hit from ultra modern, if you got even if you get the Miriam alt art though, it's like a $60 card. The one I pulled release day, that thing was like a 7, maybe a 6, because it had a roller line on it. I don't know how harsh they would have been. There we go. We got the Gyarados and the Arcanine EX tonight. No hometown discount. It actually costs more if you're in the same state as me, which is just the unfortunate state of I mean, everyone else, legally speaking, should be claiming on their state taxes when they file them that they bought stuff out of state online and they didn't pay sales tax, so then they would have to pay their sales tax at the end of the year. Whether or not people are doing that, I don't know, but how's it going, Mr. Walrus? Nice to see you. Dan doesn't like vegetables, but he tells people he's allergic. Backs being ripped, hearts being broken. No, as long as they're cooked. As long as they're cooked. I don't think I've ever made the only request I make at restaurants would be like no mayo. If they put mayo on something, I do no mayo. Other than that, though, I don't really do like I'm not like a super the gluten-free, any of these fancy requests, or no, I don't announce any allergies. I mean, if something comes with fresh vegetables, if it's just a little bit, I can eat it, but I cannot eat like a whole bowl of fresh fruits. I cannot eat like multiple fresh apples. Otherwise, my throat will get really itchy and close up a little bit. Can you explain shortly what consignments mean? So you send your cards to me. As long as you use signature confirmation on your shipment to my P.O. Box, fully insured the whole way. So if you ship to my P.O. Box with signature confirmation, there is a limit, but it's a very high limit. I create a spreadsheet and I propose pricing. So I look at the low list and I look at the last sold and I propose pricing for buy it now sale on eBay. The average sales price needs to be like around $250, ideally. I do have like a high minimum fee that I'm actually going to be raising slightly. There we go. We got the full art Galarian Gallery Wiglet. Ooh, and a Professor's Research. I don't know if that's an alt art or if that's just the regular full art. But yeah, so I sell on your behalf 20% fees flat up to $2,500 and 5% thereafter is what my default fees have been. That is selling on my own eBay page. I am now able to facilitate middlemaning to the eBay vault for sale there, and I can do that 5% flat. 5% flat, but with a minimum $25 fee. So functionally, if you $250 is the minimum sales price because it has to go through eBay authenticity guarantee on the way into the vault. They do not allow anything into the vault without going through eBay authenticity guarantee. So that's why the $250 is the threshold. And once it's in there, 5% selling fees flat, 5% flat. But it is functionally it's 10% at $250 just because I have a $25 minimum fee. So it's 10% at $250, and then it's 5% at $500, and it's 5% thereafter. If you sold something for like $375, the fee would functionally be like 7.5%, because it's just a linear increase from $250 to $500. What's the wildest animal you ate? I've never, I guess at the state fair, they had like alligator bites. They have like, I'm trying to think of the most exotic thing I've ever eaten. I mean, a lot of people in the city and stuff like that, they probably haven't eaten deer. I mean, deer is probably fairly wild to like a city slicker, I guess. I've hunted and eaten deer that I've hunted, but I think they have like alligator. They have some weird meat at the state fair in New York. I've eaten some of those. I've eaten nothing real crazy though, I don't think. Um, what's the smallest animal you'd ride? I mean, any animal smaller than like, I'm 250 pounds, so any animal smaller than 250 pounds would probably be like animal abuse. So maybe a small horse, I guess. Anything, or maybe a huge, I don't know, a huge dog. My wife's aunt has what is he? Is he a Great Dane? I think he's a Great Dane. That dog is like 180 or 200 pounds. I'm heavier than him, not by a whole lot. I feel like he could support my weight, but I would never ride him because I don't think he'd like that. But no, probably a small horse, because other than that, the animal wouldn't be too happy with me. Um, no reacting to the Koraidon. Man's gone numb. No alt art Miriam yet. We pulled the full art Miriam, but not the alt art. Alma and Klefki. These pulls are horrific, lol. This guy opens packs like a RuneScape player. Healthy foods will make me die. No one eats multiple fresh apples. That's psycho. My daughter, we don't let her, but she would just eat. Well, she had a phase where she was eating apples like crazy. Lately, not so much. But she probably would have eaten 5 apples straight if we let her. Got a full art Bennett. That's all of your packs. Appreciate the order. I don't know if you mentioned what date you want me to ship, but I wrote down evolved. I'm going to write hold on it. Let me know what date you want me to ship. I wrote hold on it for now. I think another order came in. Let me double check. Maybe not. Maybe we don't have another order. That was just 11:40. Okay, one did come in. 11:48. $18 Scarlet and Violet. Looks like Scarlet and Violet's actually sold out now. We got our last 18 Scarlet and Violet. Let's see what we can hit with them. Appreciate you. Number 18. Sorry, 1148. 18 SNV. This is J. Dan gave a whole speech in Orlando during our Brazilian steak dinner on why salad is a filler and a scam. He was disturbing the whole restaurant. Truth. Dan, a salad is what they call a bowl of fresh vegetables. Lettuce doesn't do it. I can actually eat lettuce. I actually my wife, we went over to a friend's house for a birthday party the other day. My wife made a big antipasto, which meat, bread, and cheese. It had I can't think of the kind of cheese in it. It had provolone cheese in it. It had salami, and it had a little bit of ham, and then it had croutons. So you had your meat, bread, and cheese. An antipasto is a like full-fledged meal. That can be allowed to be a meal as long as you put the proper stuff in it. But salad, I mean, bacon bits work too. I really like antipasto though, with a good Italian dressing. I don't know how to say it. Pepperoncini, whatever those peppers are. Those are really good. Those are pickled, so I can eat those. But it had fresh onions in it. And I ate those fine. Onions have anything that has like a an outside that comes off, I guess is fine. Like green peppers, you eat the outside of them. I can't eat those fresh. Those things destroy me. Celery's really bad. I get wings a fair bit. I cannot eat the celery and blue cheese. I actually really like celery and blue cheese because celery doesn't taste like much and it's just a vessel for eating blue cheese, but I can't eat it. I can't eat it because it destroys me. Celery, somebody else mentioned carrots, green peppers are really, really bad. Waterworm's my favorite. Then he stole a dessert for free. Dessert, two S's for dessert. The truth coming to light. We eat deer, I'm in the city. Let's see where we're at. Poor Oak played it off that he was the one that told the waiter it was his birthday. In reality, it was Dan. I noticed one of your listings the other day had direct from Catch 'em All collectibles with the authenticity guarantee logo beside it, and it was above 250. Are you able to bypass the eBay authenticity guarantee if not in the vault? No, I think that's something new they added. Nobody's caught it yet. I was actually waiting for somebody to say something. If you go search on eBay. I guess I can pull up a picture. I was hoping somebody would message me and say something. But search like PSA 10 Celebrations Charizard. I think I have one still, or a couple. Maybe I don't. What do I have? Search CGC 10 Celebrations Charizard. I know I just listed those today. Or no, I only listed the 9.5, so I have to list the 10s tonight. Where are my listings? Why am I so low in the search results? There we go. Let me pull it. I'll just pull up an image. So if you look at my listings now, it says it on all my listings, I believe, but I have slightly improved search rankings now. Look at that nice logo. If you can see that logo there, Catch 'em All Collectibles. Not everyone has that. There's not too many people who have that. But your boy Catch 'em All Collectibles got it. So as you can see, it says free 4-day shipping, and it says direct from Catch 'em All Collectibles. I think that's something that was added at the same time that my logo was added. But a lot of people don't have their logos in the search screen like that. I know Probstein has it. I know, I believe Pokemon Steven talked about getting it too. But I think it's just something that happens with anyone who has that feature. Actually, Probstein's doesn't say it. It's weird. But yeah, for whatever that was added only recently. Little bit of like added search visibility that I got added to my account, which is nice. Little bit of a nice feature for my consigners. A little bit of an upsell. Will you be making any $50 to $100 grading fee plays with the Nagabus? Probably not. I'm not 100% decided. Anything can happen when they come in. But I just feel so bad about the whole paying $100 to grade a $10 card. It doesn't feel right, and I hate to do it. Everything above mine at 250 goes through the vault still, unless there's some kind of an issue, unless I put set in the name or whatever. But yeah, I do not get to circumvent the eBay authenticity guarantee. When I do consignments through the vault, all those will go through the there's another Iron Treads alt art, but they'll all go through the authenticity guarantee. They'll all go through that to go to the vault. Anyone here used to play Tibia or Neopets? I used to play Neopets a little bit, very, very minimally. Tibia sounds familiar. Tibia is like the name of like a bone in your leg or something, I believe. It doesn't just sound similar. It doesn't just sound familiar because of that. I do know that that's a thing, but it sounds familiar as like a game though. Let me Google it quickly. It was an MMORPG released in 1999. Maybe I didn't play it. RuneScape though. I'm a RuneScape guy. Ooh, full art. Never, never. I've actually, I don't think I've never sent anything back. I've eaten overcooked steak. There's no such thing as undercooked steak for me. I order it rare because they almost always overcook it. But there's been a couple times where I order it rare and then it comes out like blue rare and I still eat it. Like I can eat steak. You walk it through a warm room on its way to me, I can eat steak. Like, yeah, I've never sent anything back. I've gotten the wrong meal and then I just eat it and it's like whatever. This is fine. I've never gotten anything I'm allergic to. I've never gotten anything if I got something that I didn't eat, if I got some like vegan with no bread, no meat, no cheese in it, I would just say like, hey, I ordered XYZ, whatever. Like, could I just get that? I don't want this. But no, I've never sent food back. Getting hacked and frozen was the best thing that happened to me. Oh, man. If you're caught up, I'll order. Don't want to miss it. I'm fully caught up right now. There's like 5 more of these Scarlet Violet packs. There's no delay. When can we take you on your first PK trip in Bounty Hunter? I do not know how to PK. Maybe I'll do a PKing live stream. Maybe I'll just stand in the wilderness in some world and have people come fight me for my next RuneScape live stream. That would last all of one battle, one fight. Can you pull another for the homies? Yeah, Scarlet and Violet's gone. Sorry. Antipasto. My Italian roots are burnt to a crisp. Sorry. There we go. Great Tusk EX. Oh, this must be the alt art. The other one was just a regular full art, I guess. This one looks a lot more alty. Let's see. Other color peppers, okay. Red and orange peppers. No peppers I can eat. I think I did only mention green peppers, but any fresh peppers I just can't do. If they're pickled or something, pickling destroys it. If they're steamed, they need to be like treated or cooked in some way to destroy. I believe it's just like enzymes. I believe it's some enzymes in fresh fruits and vegetables that bother me. But you know what doesn't bother me? Meat, steak, crab legs, chicken wings. That's like the trio. The other night, I mean, I love being an adult and being able to cook my own food and just decide on a given night that I'm gonna have chicken wings, crab legs, and steak. I think I shared a picture in Discord. I forget which Discord, but threw some wings on the grill, threw a steak on the grill, threw a little bit of crab legs on the grill. For the longest time, I didn't even know that crab legs came frozen. You get them at the grocery store frozen, so you can just like keep them in your chest freezer. I wouldn't keep them for like years. I wouldn't keep anything for years, but you can keep them for like a couple months and you can just use them here and there a little bit. So when they go on sale, when they're like $10 a pound, I'll just stock up. And my son loves crab legs. Expensive taste. You should be living in a bubble. If you get no sales, are you eligible for the logo? I don't know what the eligibility requirement is. The chase to the bottom with those promos is going to be fun to watch. Rip and ship through YouTube. What a boomer. Oh, look at Nick. Big eBay live guy coming in, ragging on us poor YouTube Shopifyers. Nick forgot what YouTube is. You hate to grade the $10 for 100. That's not very cash grabby of you. Walrus, there's no backlog right now. I'm going to go full screen. Because there's absolutely no backlog right now if you wanted to order. No pressure. I'm cool with ending. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes now. I mean, for me, an hour 20 is fairly short. My stream earlier today was an hour. But for normal people, an hour 20 is like, that's a solid stream. That's a long stream even. So my garbage is piled up so high it's on screen. Let me catch up with chat, hang out for a minute. Gotta hang out with the peasants every once in a while. Oh, man. I actually do like sushi. I do like sushi quite a bit. Probably not like real sushi. I mean, we have We have places around me that do sushi. It, as far as if you're like a sushi aficionado, what I eat as sushi is probably not at all like real sushi. But we have stuff around me, California rolls, and then they've got all the fancy ones like fiery dragon roll, all these different weird things. I like a lot of those though. I like a lot of those. Undercooked steak is for betas. What's your desired doneness? I order I usually order depending on the restaurant. I don't order steak out much anymore because like I can make a good steak at home. When I cook at home though, it's like 130. I take it off. I believe 130 is rare and 135 is medium rare. When you take it off the grill, it'll drift up a few more degrees. Medium rare is probably my ideal. Depending on the kind of steak, it allows like you to get a good sear. It allows the fat to render a bit more. If you've got a really, really fat steak though, doing like a good reverse sear, man, I love steak. Steak is so good. I will say at least these rip and chips don't have the bugs eBay Live did yesterday. uh, I kind of felt I pulled the Miriam and it was swapped. I wasn't able to watch Nick's live. It looks like another order came in. Let's see who we've got. Do we have Walrus? Wagyu. Yeah, Wagyu is actually one of those things that like there's so much fat in it that you're better off going more towards medium rare or slightly past as opposed to staying rare because you need the fat to like actually render a little bit. Oh wow, I see we got Amplitude in here. Appreciate you, Amplitude, your order, and I appreciate earlier the 50 gifted. Man's running my whole membership. We just did 1148, right? Where's 1148? Oh, there it is. 5 lots of 9 celebrations booster packs. 5 times 9 celeb. This is Amp. Appreciate you, Amplitude. Let's rip a bunch of celebrations for Amplitude. But yeah, Wagyu is delicious. It's basically like meat butter. It just melts in your mouth. It's like very, very high fat content. For anyone who doesn't know what it is, it's a very specialized breed of cow that they raise in Japan that is just like bred to have very high fat content, very, very very tender, very, very tasty. But it's so like fatty and so you can't just eat like a whole meal of it. I actually had it as an appetizer the first time at a very fancy steakhouse. Very, very expensive. Good way to start a meal, but I could not just eat a whole. I don't think anyone does eat a whole Wagyu steak. It's always like a small bit. But my ideal cut is a ribeye, a dry aged ribeye. That's one thing. When I go out to eat steak, I don't want to do a steak I can do at home. I don't want to just eat a New York strip or a ribeye. I either get like prime rib, which I can do at home too, but I'll either get a prime rib, a good prime rib, or I'll get like a dry aged steak if I'm at a fancy steakhouse. Let's see what we got. Nick about to hit 1 million subs once he turns eBay Live clips into shorts. Just watch. I'm out of Scarlet and Violet. Dan thinks the rice rubs his throat the wrong way with the enzymes. Not 7-Eleven sushi. I've never ventured into like gas station sushi. Hit me a 10 Zard so I can get my money's back. I'll try. Porterhouse. Porterhouse has one side of the porterhouse is actually filet, and then the other side is New York strip, if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm not a filet guy. I mean, filet is good. All steak is good if cooked properly. I was gonna say cooked well, but not cooked well done, but cooked properly. Double banger pack to start, but nothing crazy. Ribeye though. Ribeye is my favorite cut for sure. Picanha. If you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, picanha. I forget what picanha is exactly. I want to say it's sirloin cap. So picanha is sirloin cap with the fat attached. So good, especially at those Brazilian steakhouses. But ribeye is the go-to for sure. Oh, I think I worded that wrong. What I meant to say was you might be a beta if you think your steak is undercooked. Dan, steak 'em all collectibles. Steak. Speaking of steakums, I think steakums we used to actually have at school too. That was a school lunch. Going back to our conversation from like half an hour ago, I had steakums for the first time in a long time recently. Not like great, but they're fine. I mean, steak is steak. Well, yeah, that's not like steak. That's like super thin shaved. But steakums are decent. They beat just like a lot of other boring sandwiches, I guess. Amplitude just bought out the remaining stock. Who would have thought? Thoughts on 10K sub live stream eating peppers? I am not crazy about eating super hot stuff. It's not that I can't. It's just that when you get into like the pain territory, like I think PokeRev did the one chip challenge. I've never done it. I don't really ever intend to. I just don't want to subject myself to that pain, and it's not even just the pain that day. It's the pain the next day, I'm sure, which I would look forward to less. I don't have any more Scarlet and Violet handy, unfortunately. American Wagyu, Aussie Wagyu, it's I think technically they're not allowed to call it straight Wagyu. That's why it has to be prefixed with American or Australian. It's similar, but it's not the same. They definitely don't get they don't get the same thing going out of it. But yeah, true Wagyu, there's like A5, whatever, something Wagyu. A5 is like the grade of it, the marbling and all that. It's like $100 for like a 4-ounce steak or something. It's crazy. Worth a try, but not something I'd eat like regularly at all. Yeah, rice and wine diet for cows, lots of brushing. Yeah, they like massage the cows all the time. And I have more Scarlet and Violet somewhere. It's just not ready. Porterhouse is a 2-for-1 steak. A lot of times we will get porterhouse because my wife likes not chewy steak at all. It needs to be like as tender as possible. There you go, Venusaur. It needs to be the most tender thing possible. So she only really eats filet. So porterhouse is nice because then I get the New York strip. She gets the filet. It's a good 2-for-1. How do I season my steak? So I pat it dry. You got to get it nice and dry. And then you put it in the fridge on like a wire rack. So I have a wire rack that nests inside of like a baking sheet, like a small baking sheet. And they call it dry brining, but it's kind of like a misnomer. It's not really brining because brining is inherently like a wet process. They call it dry brining, but you pat dry, and the day before you put it in the fridge on a rack, basically like to dry it out some, to get a lot of the surface water out of it, because obviously a fridge is very dry. You put the salt on it to dehydrate it even a little bit further. That way, when you put it on the grill for a sear, or you put it in the skillet for a sear, you get a lot better crust. You get a lot better, because if it's a super moist steak, if it's cold, and you take it out like an hour before you put it on the grill to get it closer to room temperature. Not really to room temperature, but you get it warmed up a little bit. Because if you put a cold, wet steak on a grill, you're starting out cooking it by boiling all that water. You're not going to crisp up and get a good crust on your steak if it's like super wet and you're boiling all that water out. So that's how I prep a steak. I usually use Montreal steak seasoning. It's basically just like a coarse salt, coarse pepper, and then a bunch of other different seasonings. Sometimes I just do salt and pepper, but I usually do that Montreal steak rub. That's a go-to. But at the end of the day, just salt and pepper works too. George Lucas has a farm called Skywalker Ranch, and he serves a hybrid Wagyu and American breed cattle. Favorite brand of caviar? I think I tried caviar once, but not a fan. I don't do caviar. I'm not that rich. Crab legs though. Crab legs are where it's at. As far as seafood goes, Imposter Oak. I talked about how I season my steak. Well done with ketchup, you monster. I'm not one of those people that gets like all offended if people eat. I hate cooking it. Like if someone comes to my house and I'm doing steaks, I just hate cooking it because I know the inevitable thing that comes. Oh, can you cook my steak well done? And then they complain about how dry it is. It's like, okay. It's like, can you cook my steak extra dry? Oh, this is dry. Like, what are you doing? So I don't like cooking it, but if someone wants to eat their steak well done with ketchup, I don't care. My grandparents do. But I just hate being the one cooking it because I don't feel comfortable and I don't know. They always end up complaining it's dry, but it's like, how do you cook a steak well done and not have it be like, it's going to be drier just inherently. I mean, you can do it, but it's just tedious. It takes longer too. Not a fan. Not a fan of having to cook that way. What's your go-to marinade for steak? I don't like marinade really. I guess if I get like a skirt steak or whatever, I'll just, I don't have like a go-to one. I'll just Google steak marinade for like a skirt steak or whatever I've got. I don't really do that cut that often though. There's a Blastoise, so we're due for a Charizard. But it's usually just the rub I was talking about, the Montreal steak seasoning. I raise beef. Let's start a partnership. Let's go. Marinade for skirt stash flank steak. I haven't done one in a long time. Something probably like vinegar based. Most other steaks I do salt, fast dry age. Yeah, I guess dry aging, dry. People call it dry brining, but again, it's a misnomer. That's probably what you're talking about. Just dry aging it in the fridge for a day or two. Let it dry out to get that good sear. Yeah, picanha, you gotta get that. You gotta get the fat. Some people even score the fat a little bit. You score the fat a little bit, get that surface area increased, so that you can get a nicer sear on it. Render the fat a little bit. I'm one of those people that like if it's cooked properly and the fat is like rendered a little bit, I will clean my plate. Like I eat all the fat on a steak. Very, very unhealthy, I would say. But that's the flavor. I mean, that's the flavor. That's the good stuff. We got a Gyarados in a double banger pack. Come on, Amplitude. We need to get you this Charizard. We need a 10 Charizard. Come on. Dan afraid of hot sauce. I love Frank's Red Hot. I believe is like the perfect balance of heat and flavor. It's not too hot. I mean, I could like drink a bottle of Frank's Red Hot. That would not be comfortable. But Frank's Red Hot has good heat, but it has good flavor. I think a lot of hot sauces just put in so much heat that you can't tell that like underlying there's no good flavor in the sauce. Like I just want a good flavor in my sauce. I don't want to be sweating into my food. I don't want pain the next day. So Frank's Red Hot is the only hot sauce I really buy. You got me hungry. Just DoorDashed Applebee's wonton tacos. I'm getting hungry too. Steakums with ketchup is my childhood. Dry steak sounds nasty. I mean, I've eaten steak that is overcooked. I do not like. I love A1. Actually, A1 is an amazing sauce. I never use it though, because if you cook a steak properly, you don't need A1. Like A1 takes away from a good steak. But if a steak gets too cooked, if I screw up and accidentally overcook it, or if I have people over and we're doing steaks and people want well done steaks and then they don't eat it because they say it's too dry, I'll eat it with A1. I'll eat it the next day with A1 because then you got to reheat it. I don't really do cold steak, so you got to reheat it, which even cooks it more, dries it out more. A1 will save a dry, old, overdone steak. A1 is an amazing sauce. You can take an Angus heifer and feed it perfectly, and when she's done, the inside looks and eats like Wagyu for a fraction of the price. Cough, cough. I may have the hookup for you. Cough, cough. Slide into those DMs, because sounds like something I might be after. Yep, good call. A very nice coarse salt is ideal. Malden kosher. It's like a fast dry age, dry brine. Yeah, that's the way to go. Dan get his steak from HelloFresh. I get those things in the mail all the time, but I've never done HelloFresh. Got the Mew EX. We're hitting a lot of classic collection. Just not Charizard yet. I think we got 17-ish packs left. Sadly, around me, there is one decent butcher that I go to on occasion, but sadly around me, one of the best meat sections, one of the best butchers around me is in a Walmart. Like Walmart actually has pretty decent steak. My local butcher very, very rarely, if ever, has like prime grade beef. Walmart has a pretty decent selection at times, and sometimes you can catch it marked down because it's like on its sell by date. Walmart actually sells tomahawk steaks. They sell tomahawk ribeyes. They like in stock all the time. My local butcher is a very, very small, and there we go, double banger with Professor's Research and Birthday Pikachu. But yeah, I end up getting a decent amount of my steak from Walmart. Strangely enough, I haven't done it in a while, but I have a chest freezer. I used to go in with my dad and my uncle on like a whole cow. We used to split it 2 or 3 ways depending. Haven't done that in a while though. Probably do that again down the line. Then you just don't get everything in the right ratios. I mean, you can kind of like request it be cut certain ways. You can request what cuts just get made up into hamburger, ground beef, but another Venusaur, come on. It is a lot of money to spend at once, and at the end of the day, like just ordering steak by steak, buying the big tubes of ground beef and freezing them, that's usually the way I go. We don't do a lot of beef roast. We do more like when we're doing roast, it's more like pork butts or something. Nick's live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Yeah, complain it's dry or complain it's too pink. It's a lose-lose, 100%. Gotta have a fillet for well done. Even well done fillet. I mean, I've had people over. My wife. I actually got my wife. We've been together for like 13 years now. She used to get well done, and I brought her over. She's like medium to medium rare now. She's medium, slightly towards medium rare, after having been originally well. So I've brought her, and I'm surprised she allows it. I'm surprised she's not like worried about it, which is good. But we feed our kids like medium steak, and they love it. They love steak. Growing up, my parents now do medium rare, but I want to say when I was younger, they would always cook it just well for us, and I was never that crazy about it. I was a ketchup kid too. I put ketchup on everything. But these days it's medium rare to rare, no sauce. That's the way to go. Mr. Walrus says, King of the Hill Hank, we cook our steak medium rare in this house. What if someone wants it well done? We politely ask them to leave. I believe it's we politely but firmly ask them to leave. I remember that episode. I remember that quote very well. That's a funny show. I've definitely not seen them all, but I've seen quite a few of them. We politely but firmly ask them to leave. I mean, I'll do it. I will always preface it with like, I'll make you a burger, I'll make you a hot dog. I really don't want to do this. Can you cook your own steak? Because I don't want to do it. I preface it with like, you're gonna say it's dry. I'm telling you now. Oh well, if you do it right, it cannot be dry. Probably, but like I don't ever cook it that way. So sorry, it's gonna be dry. Yeah. Taste the meat, not the heat. Yeah, that's Hank Hill with the old propane. I do have a propane grill. I got a nice Weber that I bought. Treated myself to a Weber when I bought the new house. I gotta get a smoker back running though. My dad custom built a few smokers years ago, but mine was like 20-something years old. It was getting pretty rusty, rotted. So I sent it back to his house. We were gonna fix it up, but I think it's like beyond repair. I think we're just gonna make a new one at some point. Got to get over there to get that done. Got to find a nice stainless steel drum to make it out of so that it doesn't rot next time. Make it all out of stainless. We're getting down amplitude to the last 3 packs. Let me see if any new orders came in. I think an order did come in. Yep, we got Mr. Walrus. Mr. Walrus taking a stab at something. Let's see what he went for. By the price, I think he went Crown Zenith. We'll have to see. Looks like nobody wants none of my tops whales in here. I thought somebody might go for the tops. Drinking Frank's Red Hot, that sounds awful. Frank's Red Hot has good flavor. Good flavor, not too much heat, but it's got heat. You know it's there, but it's not overpowering. You can actually taste the flavor. Last pack, Amplitude. Then I'll try to catch up on the chat. Then we'll rip Mr. Walrus's packs. Man, we didn't get any Charizards. Sorry, Amplitude. I tried. We got, what do we get? 2 Venusaurs. We got a Blastoise. We got quite a few Classic Collection. No Charizard. Let me catch up on chat. Walmart steak, I'm out. I'm telling you, like, they actually have, they're the only one that regularly has Prime in stock. They actually always have crab legs in stock. Walmart years ago used to not have too much of a meat section, but they've got the best variety around me. I do not have a ton of farm share programs near you. I get farm veggies, eggs, milk outside of New York City. There are some like grass fed, all this crazy stuff. They want like $20 a pound for sirloin. I'd rather go to Walmart and buy prime ribeye for $18 a pound, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of those cows come from the same place. It's just cost depending on place of purchase. Dan eating random animals from the Walmart slaughterhouse. Yeah, I'm fully surrounded by farmland. We have a few times over the past several years, we've gotten cows sourced from farmers that my dad knows and works for and stuff. But Walmart is usually the go-to place. I'm telling you, it's underrated. Walmart steak, underrated, underappreciated. Let me make sure I'm not skipping anybody. I'm not. So 1150. 1150 Walrus. And we have 9CZ. Good luck, Mr. Walrus. We are currently on the last order. Packs are still in stock if anyone wants any more. My beard is getting very itchy. I need to trim my beard again. It's my wife said something the other day. She's like, your beard's getting up there again. Are you going to trim it again sometime soon? I think I'm actually going to. I think it's just the heat. It's actually pretty warm in my office right now. It's going to be a lot less comfortable in the summer. So you'll probably not see Big Bearded Dan again until next winter, if ever. But I can't believe, looking back at some of my videos, how crazy that had gotten. Bought Karen's Umbreon last night, kind of buzzed for $550. It was graded an 8 by some weird AI company, mana grading. Any thoughts on crossover regrading? A lot of faith in this robot. I would crack it just to not give another company like, oh, this was an 8. Theoretically, the grader doesn't crack it, so no one should see it. The grader shouldn't see it. But yeah, I would just, if it was a clean card, if it looks like a 9, it's probably a 9. I mean, if you know how to pre-grade and all that. So I think some of those companies get like too much hate. Some of those companies grade like very difficult. They grade very hard. I mean, PSA overall is a fairly easy grader. So it wouldn't surprise me if people are able to buy slabs on the cheap. I mean, I know some people doing it. I know some people buying slabs on the cheap from AGS, from these 3-letter acronym companies, and then cracking them and grading them with PSA. They're buying like graded 9 for cheaper than raw near mint at times. And they're doing well with it. I think I forgot to give you a reverse hollow. There you go. Your reverse hollow Snorlax. I almost stole from you. Sorry for that. Ketchup all collectibles. I'm not wasted enough yet for tops. Hoping for that uncommon Miriam for you, Walrus. It's not SV, going for Alt Lugia V. Sam's Club steak is actually quite good. Oh yeah, I do go to Costco too. I have a Costco membership now. Costco is like an hour away from me. So I'm probably only going to go there like once a quarter, like once every 3 months. One nice thing, like no butcher near me ever has pork belly in stock. I love making pork belly burnt ends, or making like homemade bacon, basically. Uncured bacon. But Costco always has pork belly in stock near me. So every time I go out, every few months, I bought my car out in the city that has Costco. So I go every 6 months, get my car serviced, and then I go sometimes in between that. But I keep forgetting to give you reverse hollows. But yeah, Costco has very, very good meat too. Which Costco is just like similar to Sam's Club, I believe, at least. I've never been to a Sam's Club, actually, I don't think. This is for my live pool dollars. It's in your interest I get wrecked. It's hard when you have one store. You need H Mart. Yeah, I don't think we have H Mart. Dan's closet is definitely 90% Walmart attire. Most my shirts are Pokemon or sports team or beer I drink. That's pretty much the formula for my shirts. It's either team I cheer for or Pokemon. Right now I'm donning a nice Quaxley, but like half of my shirts are blue because it's like Pokemon has some blue shirts, Rangers, Mets, and then I've got a handful of green shirts for the Jets. But yeah, as far as like mesh athletic shorts, as far as socks and underwear and all that, absolutely it's Walmart. It's but my shoes are from Walmart probably. Those nice Avias, $30 dad shoes. You gotta love it. I'm aside from Pokemon, aside from literally everything you see behind me, I'm not much of like a consumer consuming just random junk, random things like that, except for with Pokemon. I'm just addicted to buying everything on Pokemon Center. But yeah, we're not too spendy. We're pretty frugal. Matang, I am sorry, Walrus. Hopefully we hit something big here. Give me that alt art, last pack magic. This is real rough right now. Oh, come on, Mr. Walrus. Electric. Oh my god. Mr. Walrus just got destroyed. I am sorry. That's probably the roughest 9-pack lot of Crown Zenith I've ever seen. That's really bad. 2 Galarian Galleries? That's by far the worst 9-pack lot I've ever seen. Mr. Walrus, one of these days you're going to come in and you're going to just hit everything. But as of right now, your pack luck has been insanely bad on my stream. I swear I'm not doing anything to tip the scales against you. I swear. Ugh. He's leaving your 35-cent Absol. Now it's worth 36 cents. I'll have to try Walmart though for steak. ShopRite has been crap lately. They have a brand of Wagyu that's like an American Wagyu. I would recommend against the Wagyu because I want to say they charge 25 bucks a pound or so for the Wagyu steaks. They have prime ribeye, they have prime New York strip, they have prime filet for like 16 to 18 a pound. I would go with the prime. I would not go with the Wagyu personally. But yeah, recently they've had sales on like crab legs for like 10 bucks a pound. I'm all about crab legs at 10 bucks a pound. Get wrecked, Walrus. You suck and damn profits. So for anyone who doesn't know, the last like 30 seconds after I end my stream, every stream, Walrus says Dan sucks. This is karma. This is karma, Walrus. This is what you've you're lying in the bed you've made with that Dan sucks comment. The karma's coming back and wrecking your pack luck. Oh, man. Let's see if anyone wants to place an order. If not, I'm going to deactivate everything in the store. We're coming up on 2 hours. It's been a pretty solid stream. H Mart is a massive Asian supermarket chain. They always have pork belly slaps or thin sliced. So nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been to an H Mart, but Costco near me always has pork belly in stock. They've always got like king crab legs too. I personally, for the price, like I really like king crab leg, and the meat is just a lot more hearty, I guess. Snow crab though, for the value, I would rather have 4 pounds of snow crab over 1 pound of king crab for sure. Definitely not repacked. Did these packs come from Old Skool? I actually broke these packs down today. I was out of Crown Zenith because I brought what I had to Dallas, and I sold it to Nick because I didn't want to ship it home. These are fresh from the premium collection boxes. I broke these down just today. DNA says, are Topps Chrome packs sticky or are they good quality? I've not opened one from this batch yet. I think I have 12. They're probably sticky though. I don't think I've ever opened up a Topps Chrome that was not like sticky. But that said, I've opened up Topps Chrome that was sticky, and I've graded like a high 10 rate. It doesn't really damage. It doesn't really damage the cards in my experiences. This is a social experiment to see how much you can kick a man when he's down until he stops getting up. Oh man. I've only had pork belly once and it was bomb. Yeah, pork belly burnt ends are something that I do every so often, and those things are amazing. Basically, you just like smoke pork belly. I like hickory. I like hickory smoked. You smoke it until it's like fully cooked and done, and then you cut it up into cubes, and then you just let it go low, and like you let it go actually a little bit hotter, and you get it all crisp up and nice. You throw a bunch of sauce in there, let it like caramelize the sauce in there. Oh man, so good. Dan's gonna go offline to open the heavy CZ packs. Oh man. Awesome meeting you at Dallas Collecticon. Just bought a ton of Darkrai cards from Troll and Toad, and some were curved. What's the best way to unbend or uncurve? Top loader works, putting them inside card savers, and then inside of or under a book or something can work. At the end of the day though, like put them in your binder. If they're gonna be for a binder, put them in your binder. They'll be flat in there, I would think. If you're gonna grade them, it doesn't affect the grade at all. So you're fine with that. Heavy books, yeah, same thing I said. I think with that, I'm going to refresh my store. I'm going to go and I'm going to pull the inventory. Not a crazy long stream tonight, but I do have a fair bit of work to do tonight. I've got to do shipments for tomorrow. Going to the zoo with the family. Nice field trip for the son. Speedies. Yeah, we have Speedies, like chicken Speedies at the state fair. I think Speedy sauce is basically like Cornell chicken marinade. Let me look up the ingredients for Speedy sauce. Yeah, let's talk a little food for a little bit. I don't know how many people. We got 26 people hanging out, not too many. But if people want to hang out and talk food for a little bit, we can talk food for a few minutes before I end. Set as draft. Let me make sure nobody snuck in any orders. Nobody snuck in any orders, so I think I'm good. Let me verify nothing's active. Nothing's active. So we're completely done for the night with packs. I appreciate everyone hanging out, buying packs. Speedy marinade. Rice vinegar, lemon juice, white wine, sea salt, oregano. Similar-ish. But the best way to go is Cornell chicken. Cornell chicken is like a staple in upstate New York, State Fair. Any firehouse chicken barbecue that they do for like raising money, fundraisers, they're all going to be Cornell chicken. Very, very solid. Let me see. Yeah, Speedies are solid. Worst part is I paid taxes on that. Get wrecked me. Gotta give Uncle Sam his cut. I would deactivate the store too. Walrus is already on the line with his credit card company for a chargeback. Take this stream to the kitchen. Then we've been talking about food for 2 hours. Yeah, we might as well go for another 5 minutes, round it up to an actual 2 hours. Sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's fine. I'm not crazy about it, but example product title for sale, $19.99. Yeah, when I turn everything as a draft, my website gets a little wonky with that, but is there going to be an OSRS stream next month? I enjoyed it. I don't think there will be next month. Honestly, it might not be till the fall again. I kind of want to take Skya up on his offer to teach me raids. I've had multiple people offer to teach me raids, but I'm consigning some of my cards right now with Skya. So shout out to Skya. Check out his YouTube. Check out his TCG player. He's going to be selling my Buddy Fight and my Vanguard cards on TCG player. Have we talked about lawnmowers? Yeah, I think we did a little bit earlier. Can we show my hits? I was blackout then. I'm more sober now. What hits? There weren't really any hits. I can show them quick, but there wasn't much. I think you were 1147. Or wait, maybe you had something. You got a Wiglet, you got a Professor's Research, Banat. Let's see what else we got. We got the Gyarados. We had some decent hits. We had a gold card. We had a Miriam full art. We had a couple things here and there tonight, but overall not great. There were your hits evolved. Can you show Walrus's hits? Yeah, there's no hits. No hits for Amplitude. Dan, do you have an ETA for when your 5% consignments will start? The first deadline, it shouldn't change. The first deadline will likely be July 1st. I will talk about it in probably all lives moving ahead. I'll definitely be talking about it a lot more in June, but it will be a monthly send-off. To get your cards into the submission, it will be the first of the month. And then like for July, you have to have your card to me by July 1st, which is a Saturday. And then I'll probably ship the end of the next week because I need to do some stuff on my end. I have to take pictures. I have to send it in. I have to fill out all the forms. It's not like a super streamlined process yet. It is very much a beta, but I will be talking about it more. I will make a standalone video. I will do a full 10 to 20 minute, if not 30-minute video on a Monday. I will do a full-fledged short on it, talking about it more. I will have nice graphics made up with all the fees, with all the dates, with all the deadlines and all that. It will be like a monthly event. It'll be like a monthly submission to the 5% eBay Vault consignment service, and I'll talk about it that way coming up. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned. If you have stuff, like if you're very, very interested, if you're very, very anxious to get in, feel free to DM me, feel free to email me, reach out whatever way, and start getting a list together. Getting a list together if you have anything you want to send. It does have to be $250 minimum. There's no skirting that because it has to go through the authenticity guarantee. No trying to like, oh, last sold is 200, load list is 220. It's got to be 250. Part of the reason I'm doing a $25 minimum is to encourage closer to that $500 tier, because to get the true 5%, you need to be at $500. At $250, it's functionally a 10% fee because it's a $25 minimum. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that though, and I think a lot of my current consigners are going to be sending in some of their more valuable cards to get the lower fees. And I'm sending a bunch of my own inventory there too. If you look at my eBay right now, and you sort high to low, some of my Art Academy cards are already there. Some of my better cards are already there. Not all of them, though. There's a big minimum submission value that you need to have. So that's why I'm sending off once monthly. And I also have my own cards that I can filter in to get to the minimum threshold. So at a minimum, I can definitely do monthly. I'll see how demand looks to end out the year. I'll see how the eBay Vault is just going in general. But I'm hoping it'll be a staple moving ahead, at minimum, like a once monthly submission to the eBay Vault consignments. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't see any other questions in chat. Oh, sealed. Brandon says, in that message I sent you on IG, you mentioned you do not do sealed for consignments. Is that going to change? Just curious. Scared to potentially list that theme deck case. My eBay is fairly new. Sealed is a big hassle. I don't think I will ever, I mean, things can change, but as of today, I have no plans to ever accept sealed. I might buy it though. One thing I might be more prone to do instead of, depending on the product, but like lately I'm trying to not buy as much big ticket items like that, because items like slabs are just so much easier to deal with. Slabs are so much more like value concentration. Very, very small thing, easy to pack and ship. And I mean, you can have a slab worth 6 figures. The bigger, bulkier it gets, the more tedious it is to ship, the more risk there is. The risk of like, even if it's legitimate, the risk that I sell to somebody who thinks that it's resealed, and then they scam me, or they think they're getting scammed, so they rip it open and they say, oh, it actually was real. Now I don't want it anymore. Let me lie and say it was resealed and push it back on him. So sealed is just something that kind of scares me, and I really don't want to get into. But yeah, I think that's everything. We're coming up on 2 hours flat. Stay tuned, because next month I really will flesh out a lot more of the details behind the consignment. Buy it now for 5%. But that's going to be the number. The only reason I'm saying that specific number is because I'm quite set on that. That will be the number. That will be the plan. A monthly send off. I will make it prettier. I'll make it more presentable so that I can share it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the long weekend. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I appreciate people hanging out with me for 2 lives in one day. Yeah. If you have an LC or Skyridge themed deck case, hit up Old Skool because he'll buy it off you. I'm going to end the stream, but you two need to get in touch if you have an LC or a Skyridge case. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm not like advertising it too excessively because I'm not going to be there the whole time. But since I have an Old Skool comment on screen, I do intend to go to Nick and Jake's event this Sunday. They have a trade show in Hooksett at Let's Play Games and Collectibles, I believe. Saturday afternoon, evening, they have an event in Hooksett, New Hampshire. So I intend to go there, making a family trip out of it. So I'm not going to be there the whole time. I'm not vending. But I do plan to make an appearance. My kids, I hope they're fine. We're going to the zoo tomorrow. We're going on a trip this weekend. They're like acting like they're starting to get sick. I hope they're not sick. I hope I don't have to cancel for the weekend. But yeah, I'm going to try to make it out this weekend. If the kids end up sick, I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, I've dragged this out long enough. Goodbyes are always tough.